Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So I got a lot of requests from people to do a video on some of the things that I would suggest you pick up at the Sephora VIB sale. And I will say that I'm not going to get that much because I don't really need a lot of things. I'm kind of loving everything that I have right now. It's not that I'm not going to get anything, but I'll talk quickly about a couple of things that are on my list, and then I'll talk more about some of my favorite products that you can get at Sephora. So I have quite a few things I want to share with you guys. So let's jump right in and get started. The first thing I will talk about is the things that I'm going to get. And I will try to insert pictures while I'm talking about them. But the first thing that I'm going to get is some of the new Cover FX drops, which are called Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. And I went to the store last week and got a sample so I would know what color I was and to see how I felt about them. So I am in the color actually N30, which surprises me. And when I look at this color, it's too dark for me. But when you mix it with whatever you're going to mix it with, because these drops are meant to add coverage to whatever product you're using. So if you want to add them to a moisturizer and make a tinted moisturizer, you just add the drops to that. I've tried them a few ways already, and this is the right color for me, so it's a really good match. It is what I'm wearing today. So today I mixed 3 drops of this, 3 drops, that's all, just a tiny little bit, with Rachel K, my Rachel K CC cream, which typically I use that as a base, almost as a primer. And I can't wear it as my foundation because the color is not right and it's not enough coverage. But when you put this in it, it's beautiful on. I have also tried mixing this with just a primer. So I've mixed it with the Hourglass Mineral Primer, and it's beautiful. And the other way I like to wear it, my favorite way so far, is with the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base. So this is just a clear, well, it's just a white primer actually. A little bit of like a silicone base primer. And this MAC product, when you put it on your skin, it's very, it is a silicone base, so it feels slightly silicone-y, but not dramatically. But the silicone really smooths the skin, covers lines, fills in pores, that kind of thing. And when you put these drops in it, it makes just a beautiful foundation. And the drops are made to be used, 1 or 2 drops for like a sheer coverage, or you can go as much as 4 drops for a full coverage. I kind of like the 3 drop. I don't like a full coverage. I like to still, have some dimension to my skin. But this mixes well with everything so far that I've tried, and you're supposed to be able to mix it with everything, even like a face oil if you wanted to. So I'm getting these for sure. And again, I'm in the color N30, and it's much darker than I thought I would need. But she was right, and this works. This is like the perfect color when you mix it with things. So if you're going to order it, you might want to think about that, because I had to go much darker than what I thought. And I chose the neutral. The pink was really pink, so I went with the neutral. It comes in pink, neutral, or gold, so I went with the neutral, and I'm loving it. So I'm ordering these for sure. The other thing I'm ordering is, and again, I'll insert a picture if I can, I'm ordering the Murad Invisiblur Perfecting Shield Broad Spectrum SPF 30, which is an SPF and supposedly works really well as a primer. So I'm going to order that because I'm always in search of an amazing SPF, and I think that I can probably use that to mix with the drops as well when I need SPF and I still want some coverage. So those are the only 2 things that I'm getting for sure from the Sephora VIB sale, because I have so much right now. I don't really feel like I need anything. But I wanted to share some of my other favorites from Sephora with you guys. In case you don't own them, this might be a good time to get them. We'll start with skincare really quick. And I talked about, these are kind of skincare. I talked about these recently, but this is a good time to pick up the Boscia blotting papers. I love having these. I think they're like 10 bucks, so you'd save, you know, $1.50. These are great to have. I love these. I don't need any, or else I would stock up. What I'm using for my toner, and I've talked about this in my recent skincare videos, is the Fresh Black Tea Age Delay Instant Infusion. I purchased this at Sephora, so this might be a good time to, you know, save 15% on this. This is a great toner. I've recently done skincare videos. I will link them below if you want to see how I use this. And the other skincare item that you can get at Sephora that I love, and I talked about this in my skincare videos as well, is the Tatcha Classic Rice Enzyme Powder. I love this. This is a great, gentle exfoliator. I use this a couple times a week to exfoliate my skin. This jar has lasted me, oh my gosh, forever. I'm down to here now, but I've had this a year and a half, maybe longer. This is a great product. I also love, but I don't have to show you, the Tatcha cleansing oil. The Tatcha cleansing oil is my favorite cleansing oil of all of them. It's a little more expensive, so maybe I will pick that up while it's on sale. I don't really need another cleansing oil, but I do love the Tatcha cleansing oil, and I have been waiting for it to go on sale, so I may add that to my list, but I love this. Okay, let's talk about some makeup products. The first thing I'm very excited about, and as of right now while I'm filming this, this is in stock, and it is the VIB Matte Neutrals palette. I love this. To me, the VIB eyeshadows are by far my favorite eyeshadows. I feel like it doesn't get much better than this formula. This is the neutral matte, so they're all matte, beautiful neutral colors. It's been out of stock for a very long time. It's in stock right now. The matte one is in stock as of right now. The rest of them, again, are out of stock. These are a little bit pricey, but if you can save, you know, 15%, that's a pretty good savings, and you do get a lot of product in here. You get 24 grams of product in here. This will last you forever. I like how they're packaged. They're nice and solid. Some people think it looks cheap. It's actually really heavy packaging. I like that it's clear. You can see what you're grabbing, and I do think these will travel really well, and this is a great palette for travel because you could do so many eye looks with this. You know, this is all you'd really need. Love it. If you are looking for a good matte shadow palette, but you don't want to spend maybe as much as the VIB is, the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette, which I believe you can get at Sephora, this runs $36. These are beautiful shadows. If you are looking for some, you know, sort of matte neutral shadows, these are gorgeous. I'm wearing this today, actually. I love this palette. I love every shadow in this palette. I tend to lean towards this row. This color right here, Honey Butter, is amazing. This is a beautiful color. So is this. I'm wearing this row today. But this is a beautiful palette, and it only runs $36. So with your discount, it would be relatively, you know, affordable. And they're beautiful, beautiful matte shadows if you didn't want to invest, or you couldn't afford to invest in the VIB palette, or if it gets sold out, because it's always sold out. This is a great, great palette. Use it all the time. Okay, let's talk about some face products. My favorite bronzer by far, and I use this every day. I've stopped using all my other bronzers. This is so easy to use. It looks beautiful on. It's the Armani Sun Fabric Bronzer, and I wear the color 100. I've talked about this before, but now that Sephora sells Armani, I'm pretty sure you can get this there. And I love this. I wear this every day. It's the only bronzer I'm using right now. It's the only bronzer I've used for months and months and months. I love it. It's a beautiful soft tan. It's not too warm, so it doesn't look orangey on me. It's a nice light tan color, so it's not too deep for me. It's a beautiful color. Love it. And I love the formulation. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got like a huge dip in mine because this is all I use. It comes with a little brush. I don't use this, but you could. It's soft, you know, but it's kind of thin, and I don't know. I don't use it, but you could. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. One of the other things I love at Sephora is the Hourglass line. And if I had to pick like one Hourglass product that I enjoy the most, it would be the ambient lighting blushes. And my favorite one is Diffused Heat. It's a beautiful, like corally pink color. On me, it leans a little more coral. But it's like a peachy pink. It's really pretty. These lay beautifully on the skin. I'm not such a fan of the ambient powders, but the blushes are just beautiful. And this is by far my favorite one, Diffused Heat. So that's something else I think would be great to get there. I'm going to talk about a couple of powder foundations that I'm loving, both of them. I've talked about both of them before, so this isn't going to be surprising, but you can get them at Sephora. The first one is the Smashbox Photo Filter Creamy Powder Foundation. You can see I've made quite a dip in this. I love this foundation. It lays beautifully on the skin. You can wear it as a powder foundation. I would say it is medium coverage. It lays really nicely on the skin. It doesn't get cakey on me, that kind of thing. And I've been using a lot of, I've not been wearing much foundation recently because my skin is going through a little bit of a transition because I started using Retin-A. And so I just use a little bit, most of the time I just use a little bit of concealer, and then I do my T-zone, and any area that needs maybe a hint of coverage, I put a little bit of a powder foundation on it. And it seems to work really well, and this is one of my favorites. I'm in the color 1. It doesn't have a great selection of colors, as I recall, but this one works really well for me, so you might want to look at that. My other favorite powder foundation, and I've gone through a couple of these already, is the Makeup Forever Pro Finish Foundation. So this is it's a newer powder foundation, but it's not new by any stretch. Like I said, I've gone through a couple of them, and I wear the color 115 or 117 depending on, this is 115. I can wear 117 as well, like in the summer, but it's a nice neutral, this gives a little more coverage than the Smashbox, and I really like this. You can use this on a wet beauty blender, you can use it on a brush, you can use it dry on on a sponge. It gives great coverage, and this particular product was designed to not build up and get cakey on the skin, as you layer during the day and that kind of thing. And I really like this product a lot. Probably my favorite powder foundation, and I've tried a lot of powder foundations. So far, this would probably be my favorite. And it's a very matte finish, so if you like a very matte finish, that's a nice one to try. I also, one of my favorite things are the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks, and they carry lots of Laura Mercier at Sephora. This happens to be Rose Gold, which I'm using as an eye base these days, but Amethyst is a beautiful, all of them are beautiful. Khaki is beautiful. They have some darker colors that you can use for smoky eye, or you can use them as eyeliner. I like to use the dark ones as eyeliners. You can just use an angled brush and pick up product and use it as an eyeliner. These are great and quite affordable because they last forever. And I have gone through these. I had the dark brown one, I think it's called Cocoa. I've gone through a whole one of those, and it takes a long time, probably a year and a half or more for me to go through it. It never dried out at all. So very, very nice product. My favorite Tightline eyeliner is from Sephora as well, and this is another Hourglass product actually, and it is I talk about this all the time, the 1.5 millimeter mechanical gel liner. I love this for doing the tight line. It stays all day for me. It doesn't irritate my eyes. When you first put it on, it transfers just a little bit onto the lower lash line. So, right when I finish my makeup, I clean up my lower lash line, and the rest of the day, I don't get any, transfer onto my lower lash line, and I never get, sort of the eye boogers in the middle of my eye, in my tear ducts or anything from this. So this is a great product, I think. And I'm going to talk about a couple of brushes, and then we'll wrap it up. So my favorite brush for doing concealer is the Marc Jacobs concealer brush. I love this brush. It's sort of shaped like your finger would be. It does really well to get in here. It does really well to, you know, blend around the nose. This is all around a great concealer brush. I also love this for cream eyeshadows, if you use cream shadows, if you use like a paint pot as a eye primer, or, you know, just on your eyes before you do your eye makeup. This is a great brush. It's synthetic, it's super soft. You know, I have to clean this all the time because I use it every day, and this has held up beautifully through all my cleanings. And I am not particularly gentle on my brushes when I clean them, so I clean this every day with alcohol, because it takes the product out the best, because I always use a cream product, and it's still super soft. I haven't lost any hairs. I've had this for quite a while. I love this brush. The other brush that I love, or there's a couple, but I love the Makeup Forever brushes, the new brushes that Makeup Forever came out with. This is my favorite one for setting my under eyes or doing highlighter, and it is the 140 Wavy. It's super, super soft. You can see I used it. You can see the powder flying off of it, because I use this every day to set my under eye concealer and any other concealer that I've used on my face. I love this brush. Absolutely love it. And then the last brush I'm going to talk about is a Sephora brush. And I actually really like, I think this is called the Sephora Professional line. This also is a synthetic brush. The brush is number 31 Smoky Crease. And this is a synthetic brush, like I said, and I love this brush for blending in the eye area. It's very, very soft, which is important for me because my eyelids get irritated very easily, and especially right now, you know, because I'm using Retin-A, and I don't put it on my eyelids, but it does irritate everything on your face, regardless of where you put it, I'm telling you. And so my eyelids are extremely sensitive, and this is so soft, but the way the brush is designed, it grabs enough to buff down and give you a good blend. I like several of these brushes from this line, the Sephora Professional line. I use several of them. This is my favorite, this one, number 31. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to cover today. There are so many great products and product lines at Sephora. But I thought I'd talk about a few of my favorites and then include, you know, the couple of items that are on my list. I don't have a lot on my list because, you know, I'm trying not to buy too much because I have so much. So, and 15% isn't, it's better than nothing off, but it's not like, you know, you're getting half off of something. So, so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that or you found that helpful. That's it for today. If you have a list of things that you're going to get, please share them with us in the comments. I love to hear what everybody's got on their list. Sometimes it influences me to pick up other things. But yeah, that is it for today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.